Hi guys, and thank you so much for choosing Restorative Yoga. My name is Taylor, and today we will be doing a lot of resting and relaxing. That's all that this class entails. No engagement, no strengthening, just relaxing and letting your body rest and restore. We will need a couple of props today for class, so if you have some blocks laying around, that is great. Go ahead and grab both of those, and if not, just grab a stack of magazines, tape them together. Maybe you've got a couple of really thick books that you can grab for this, but just something sturdy that you'll be able to use. Also, if you have a towel available or a blanket, go ahead and grab that, and make sure that if you are prone to getting cold, that you have a nice cozy jacket on, some socks, and maybe even a blanket nearby to put on top of your spare blanket in case you do get cold. Now, we'll go ahead and get started. Using our bolster that I didn't mention, you'll also need one of these. And if you don't have a bolster lying around your house, it's okay. Just find a couple of couch pillows. The dense ones are going to work a little bit better. Grab a couple of those and have them nearby. We're going to go ahead and start with that prop. By taking the knees wider than the pillow, wider than the hips as well, bring your big toes to touch behind you, and then scoot that prop close up into your hips. And extend your arms down, letting your props support your chest here. Now, from here, we want to allow the forehead maybe to come down towards the floor, or maybe you have a folded towel or blanket that you can stick underneath your forehead. I am going to leave my forehead unpropped so that you can continue to hear me. But I want you to be as comfortable as possible, and I want you to get out any fidgets that you have. So arms long in front of you, maybe you've got a scratch on your forehead, maybe a hair is in the way. Get that all situated so that you can be still. Once you've committed to not fidgeting, don't fidget anymore. Don't scratch that itch. Just be still and allow yourself to be supported in this child's pose. Notice the expansion of your rib cage as you inhale. And notice your rib cage knit back together as you exhale. Feel the lungs expand. Inhale. And feel them deflate as you exhale, allowing your body to feel heavier and allowing your body to feel supported by the floor. Remind yourself that you are safe in this moment. The assurance of safety is something that can help us let go, that can help our sympathetic nervous system relax. It's an innate feature that we have to always be alert, to always be ready for what's going to be thrown at us next. But during this time, do your best to let go of that readiness, to be here in the present, experiencing the sensations in your body as you breathe in and as you breathe out. We'll have 2 more minutes here, and I will be quiet for those minutes. Now, before you move, just think about moving. Consider doing it very slowly and mindfully as to maintain this state of relaxation. As you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes very gently. Rotate your wrists and slowly move up to hands and knees, moving your prop out of the way. Find your blocks, or whatever you're substituting for blocks, and lay flat on your mat with your knees bent. Once you're flat on your back, think about making the back side of your neck just a little bit longer so your chin is tucked in rather than your throat splaying open towards the ceiling. Just slightly tucked chin. And then from here, place the bottoms of your feet together and let your knees be wide, supporting your knees or your thighs with those blocks or whatever you have available to support either side of your knee. You can take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, or both hands face up next to your hips. Close your eyes. Allow your feet to be as close or as far away from your hips as is natural. And then bring your attention back to your even, natural breath. Restorative yoga is a version of yoga that can be difficult for people with really active minds. Folks who haven't spent the time to practice slowing down the mind and slowing down the thoughts, practice being present. If that's not something that's super normal for you, this could be difficult. But it's a great way to start your practice. With an active mind, or an active mind that stays active too often, can come in anxiety and stress. So it's important that we do these practices that help to relieve and prevent some of that anxiety and stress. We'll take 5 more minutes, resting in this posture, allowing the body to feel heavy. Allowing the body to feel supported by the floor underneath. before you move, think about moving mindfully, slowly, maintaining the calm. And as you're ready, simply inviting a little bit of movement into the fingertips and toes. And then taking the hands behind your thighs, pulling thighs together, and moving your props out of the way. Roll over onto one side or the other, side of your body, and then use one of your hands to push you up, and we'll find some space at the wall. You don't need any props for this, so just get them out of the way. And then scoot your hip all the way up to the wall and allow your legs to come up. Laying down on your back, heels rest on the wall, feet splay naturally. Now, if this feels intense on your hamstrings with your hips this close to the wall, you can shimmy your way away from the wall, giving a little more space from your hips to the wall, decreasing the intensity here. Now, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, or perhaps both hands face up next to your hips. Eyes closed, slight tuck of the chin, natural breath in and out. And then your work is just to stay present here. Now, what does staying present entail? What does that look like? For some of us, simply watching our minds, noticing if distractions come in and out, is effective. Noticing the distraction, letting it go, and coming back into our bodies. Now, for some of us, we need to tack on a little bit of an exercise for staying present. Now, for you today, that could look like simply watching your inhale and exhale as you breathe naturally, not modifying it, but just watching it, noticing all the different aspects of the breath. Noticing which parts of your body it moves. Noticing the temperature of the inhale and the exhale. Noticing how the air feels on your windpipe as it passes through. Noticing the sensations. We'll remain in this shape for another 5 minutes. Legs up the wall. And we'll let you all know when time is up. Now, before you move, think about doing so mindfully. And bring the awareness to your toes and fingers. And then begin to invite some movement, rotating, wiggling, and then slowly bending the knees, coming onto the side, pushing up. And from here, we'll lay flat on the mat. Legs extended out in front of you, palms face up next to the sides. Lay flat, chin slightly tucked. And if laying flat isn't super comfortable for you or your lower back, then find a pillow supporting the knees. From here, do a mental body scan from head to toe, recognizing any tension that you have. Working on releasing that, allowing your body to feel heavy and supported. Remain here for the next 10 minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut off the video where we are. I'm just going to let you take this posture of the last 10 minutes on your own. As you're done, gently roll onto one side, push yourself up to a seat, and give yourself a couple of minutes, a couple of breaths. So come back to your equilibrium. I want to thank you all so much for joining me in restorative practice. Namaste.